3 to 3. So this extremely powerful tool. I remind you this formula for combination. I take this one. C of n elements by R equals n factorial divided by R factorial multiplied by n minus R factorial. And we practice with this, we did some exercises. I show enhanced method which helps you a lot on this test. Little by little. Everybody remember this formula, right? So far so good. Alessandra, you have question? You're raising hand. Alessandra,
Good, yes.
hands down, please. Good. Well, I use space. I start from here to there because I have only one whiteboard here. I want to squeeze everything. It's time. It's space consuming. I start from here to there. So also use space wisely. If you don't have enough room on this page, go to next because we have 4 problems here and the space consuming. So problem A, probability to get 2 red and 1 white. How to do this? Out of its equals. How many combinations we have out of 3 red by 2? Because we need to get 2 red out of 3 red. Okay. And 1 white. 1 white, they say. To get 1 white, we have only 2 whites. Multiply by C of 2 by 1. Why 2 we have here? Because we have 2 whites, and that's by 1. And definitely you're supposed to count, use a space. Step number 1, total. No, I need room. Probably use it with that. Somehow. I use here. Total equals 3 plus 2 plus 3, which is 8. And how to get total? Three balls out of 8. That's it. Isn't beautiful? After this, just mechanics. Again, look at this, what we have here. It helps you to solve any problem. 2 red. This is 2 red out of 3. 1 white. 1 white out of 2. Divide by total, because we have 3 balls drawn. 3. Our total, which 8. To understand up to this point, this is key thing. After this, mechanics. Who has any questions? No questions? Okay, let's do this step by step. Use space wisely. This one. This is 3 factorial. Divide by 2 factorial. Multiply by 3 minus 2 factorial. The second term. 2, I write like this. 2 factorial. Divide by 1 factorial. Multiply by 2 minus 1 factorial. Formal way, just write it down without thinking. This formula. And finally, divide by 8 factorial. Divide by 3 factorial. Multiply by 8 minus 3 factorial. So far, so good. Questions? No questions. Who understands? Yes.
What does drown mean?
What is it? Say it again.
Drown. If the 3 balls drown.
Taken.
Oh, okay.
Тащить. Taken.
Okay.
You know, you have if you have a table, you have table, right? This is your table where you do homework, and this is with handles. Ящики. We name it drawer. Why? Because you drew this in order to open this. Understand? Drawer. Okay, draw is past participle of the sheet. Well, now I use a space over there. It's easy. This is 1. I have 3 times 2 factorial divided by 2 factorial times 1. This one. Multiply by 2 times 1 divided by 1 by 1. Start denominator, 3 factorial is 3 times 2. Let me put, I make room over there. 3 times 2 times 1. This is 5 times 5 factorial. 8 factorial is 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 factorial. Immediately cross it out. Two factorial, cross it out. What we have left here in numerator? In numerator, you have 3 times 2, which is 6. The denominator, 3 times 2 is 6, and 6 cancel out. 7 times 8 times 7 equals to 56. You can simplify this 3 over 28. Keep in mind, sometimes you must simplify, but sometimes on test you can find this number. Okay. Beautiful approach of combination. Who really understand this? If you understand this, we can solve any problem with this. Ask me questions. Nicholas, be more active. Ask questions. Daniel, no question? Oh, somebody raising hand.
I don't have any questions.
Okay, hands down. Okay, good. Let me, anyway, I'm supposed to raise. I don't have too much room. You know what, students? Since everywhere repeating over and over again, I will not do this again, second time. I can write here to save space and time. I get C of 8 elements by 3. I got 56. I will not count second time. We already did it. Makes sense? Because for all of them, I have 3 elements out of 8. Okay, good. Now erase everything if you don't have questions. I use B. Probability of get one. Echo. Of each color. Okay. One of each. Well, look at this. How to choose one red? One red. It would be C of 3 by 1. Excellent. How to choose one white? C of 2 by 1. How to get one blue? C of 3 by 1. How to get total? C of 8 by 3. Isn't beautiful? It's it. Just count. It would be, what is it? 3 factorial by 1 factorial. I deliberately do those steps. 3 minus 1 factorial. Multiply by 2 factorial. Divide by 1 factorial. By 2 minus 1 factorial. Multiply by 3 factorial. By 1 factorial. By 3 minus 1 factorial. And instead of this, I write here 56. You can practice at home, but for now I want to save time. Now let's count. What is it? This is 3 factorial is 3 times 2 times 1. Divided by 1 factorial is 1. Divided by 3 minus 1 is 2 factorial, which is 2 times 1. Multiply by 2 factorial is 2 times 1. Divided by 1 factorial is 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 factorial is 1. Multiply 3 factorial is 3 times 2 times 1. Divided by 1 factorial is 1. And 2 factorial. 2 factorial is 2 times 1. Small number, I write all of it. Divide by 56. Cancel out. Okay. Cancel out. And what we have left? 3 times 2, 6 times 3, 18. 18 over 56. Well, you can simplify, it's 9 over 28. Okay. Excellent. Remember, Nicholas, you asked at the beginning, a few lectures ago, why you started this factorial this form? Because they're beautiful. It's like atomic bomb on the test. Whenever you struggle, you just plug in and get answer. Boom. Who understand up to this point everything?
Dr. Farber, I have a question.
Yes, Marina.
Could you use sample space or would it take too long?
Take a long. If you use sample space, some question, especially when they give big number, I put small number just to solve it fast. If you have big number, forget about sample space.
Okay,
Sample space is good for probably for Common Core or some question on the test, they have sample space. Even tree combination, which is very powerful, help you to get sample space, is not good at all when you have big numbers. If you have big numbers, you're supposed to have whiteboard like from here to Kings Highway, wherever. Understand? This is most beautiful way, fastest. But good idea to use all this space. All this depends on situation and where you. Let's say you finish test. This year, some students solve for 31 minutes instead of 90 minutes. And definitely they check, triple, quadruple check using different ways. Okay, to get perfect score. Did I answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. This small number, yes. But this is a key. If I change 17, 176, and something like this, it's unreal. Now, but good. I don't know there yet. Good idea to know all tools, all tools. C. What we have for C? C, we have probability non-blue. Okay. Let me see what we have. I will use this space. Given 3 red, 2 white, and 3 blue. If the ask you non-blue, we have 5 non-blue. It's easy, right? You have red, white, and blue. If you have 3, this is 5 non-blue. Keep in mind, this is our target. And they ask you to get non-blue. That's why we have number of combination out of 5, because we have 5 non-blue, by 3. And divide by total. Total also C of 8 by 3. Equals 5 factorial. Divide by 3 factorial. By 5 minus 3 factorial. And this already did it, I got 56. This would be 5 times 4 times 3 factorial. Divide by 3 factorial. 5 minus 3 is 2 factorial, which is 2 times 1. And divide by 56. 3 factorial and 3 factorial cancel out. 2 goes into 4 2 times. And if you multiply, you get 10 power 56. This is 5 times 4 is 10 out of 56. Or 5 out of 28. Who understand up to this point? 100%.
Dr. Farber,
Yes.
how did you get 5?
5, I counted. I wrote all this number I have. Given 3 red, 2 white, and 3 blue. And the question non-blue. I added 3 plus 2 because all this number non-blue. I get 5 non-blue.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Always look for the target. If they ask you blue, use blue. Non-blue, use non-blue. Eventually, only one left. At least one blue. At least many questions you have on real test. And usually students make mistake at least. So I want to go in details of this at least. Okay, this I don't need this anymore. This I don't need. The last one. At least one blue, this one. The answer is D. So you have to get probability at least one blue. Let's go through this question step by step. What is at least one blue? Let's go through what is at least. I use this space. At least one blue means, it means greater or equal than one blue, right? If I use number line with blue, I name it blue. So at least one blue, it could be one blue, one. If we have, we can another option, two also greater equal than one blue. Or three. Can I have four here, students? Can I use,
No,
why?
because there's only 3 blues.
A plus, great answer. We have only three of them. So let's consider different scenario. I do very slowly. Okay. So I would specify what is at least one blue. It's the same like probability to get one blue and two non-blue. Probability to get two blue and one non-blue. And finally, probability to get three blue. So we converted to math language. Beautiful. For reals, at least is we have many questions, at least and most. So there's all scenarios. After that, technique, mechanics, how you do this, right? Well, at least one blue. I can make step by step, but I specify and I have a limited space. I put here P at least one blue equals. So one blue, two non-blue. It's number of combination out of 3 by 1 multiplied by number of combination. Non-blue we have 5, remember? Non-blue we have 5. 3 red, 2 white. C of out of 5 by 2. This is not. Divide by C 3 out of 8 like we did. Let's go to this one. It would be C out of 3 by 2 blue. Multiply. We have still 5 non-blue by 1. And divide by the same C8 by 3. And finally, we have the last one. For last one, we have only blue from 3 by 3 because all of them supposed to be blue. And the denominator C of 8 by 3. Apply this formula. Tasty thing. Who has questions for? I considered there are just 3 scenarios. Add them up. So for this one, use a space here. It would be 3 factorial. Divide by 1 factorial by 3 minus 1 factorial. Multiply by 5 factorial. Divide by 2 factorial by 5 minus 2 factorial. You know what, students? To save space and time, you see this is common denominator, the same. I just operate with numerator, and after that, divide everything by 56. Plus 3 factorial by 2 factorial by 3 minus 2 factorial. Multiply by 5 factorial by 1 factorial by 5 minus 1 factorial plus 3 factorial divided by 3 factorial by 3 minus 3 factorial. And you remember that factorial of 0 is 1 by definition. I continue operating always numerator. This is 2. I have 3 times 2 factorial divided by 1 by 2 factorial. Cancel out. So far, so good. Multiply. This is 3. I have 5 times 4 times 3 factorial divided by 3 factorial, this one, and 2 is 2 times 1. Cancel out. And 2 goes into 4 2 times. So let me put this way. This will be 3 overall. This is 5 times 2. It would be what? Times 5. 3 times 5 times 2 times 10. This is 10. And multiply these two numbers. After that, plus 3 factorial. 3 times 2 factorial divided by 2 factorial by 1 factorial is 1. 2 factorial by 1. So this would be 3. 5 factorial. This is 4 factorial. Multiply by 5 times 4 factorial divided by 1 by 4 factorial. Cancel out. And we have, this is 5. And 3 times 5 is 15. And 3 times 10 is 30 so far. Well, we almost finished. Next one is plus, cancel out. And this is 0 factorial, but this is 1. Okay. This is 1 plus 1. What do we have in numerator? This handwriting. This is 30, not 36. 3 times 10, 30. 30 plus 15 plus 1 over 56. Or 45 plus 1, 46 over 56. Therefore, we can simplify this, right? 23 or 28. But when we have at least Bismarck on the test level like this, consider just 3 scenarios. Okay? From my point of view, it's a beautiful problem because it's through all possible situations. And practically, if you have experience, you can solve it like 1, 2, 3. Who understand this approach? Okay. My recommendation, since you took notes, do it at home many times unless you do it semi-automatically.
Dr. Farber,
Yes.
can you please explain why did you add like P probability of 1 B blue and 2 non-blue? Like why did you add these 3?
Well, this is
Please.
question. It's based on the question. We asked you what is probability that at least one blue? Actually, this could be 3 different scenarios, independent. One scenario, you get only one blue. Since we have 3 different balls, 2 of them can be not necessarily blue. This one scenario. We can have another scenario. Let's use this one. Another independent scenario. I can have 2 blue and 1 non-blue. Let's say this one. Another scenario. And finally, you can have another independent scenario where you can have what? All 3 blue. When I count this, since they're independent, and this is or, this or this, this or this. When you have or, we add them up.
Ah, okay. Thank you.
Did I answer the question?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Good, good, good. Now, students, I give you questions. Let's practice together. I have open screen because in this case, I can write such amount of, if you write this, we will not cover many questions. So let me find something and you get this handout, you practice at home, okay? Let me find some. I have tons of them. There would be one. Don't be frustrated if you see this as many exercises. How you can become strong in sport? Just exercise, right? If you do 1 repetition, you will not be strong. Okay, for instance, this question, let me put this. Can you see my screen right now? I made it big.
Yes. Yes.
Number 4. Who will read? Daniel T. Read number 4, please, out loud.
Tom tosses a coin 12 times. The coin lands on heads only twice. If Tom tosses the coin one more time, what is the probability that the coin will land on heads?
Okay, good luck, solve it, and send me A, B, C, D, or neither one, whatever you have.